have to be yourself. You have to full-heartedly be yourself in your creative energy. What I learned about being myself is I pull some of my greatest ideas and inventions by being myself. And what do I mean by being myself? Like, I remember when I was younger, growing up, I would always consciously compare myself to a lot of people. Like, just compare myself. And that's, the downfall of social media. Social media, you tend to, compare yourself to the next person. And it kind of like dictates your next thought, or your next move, or what you're going to wear, or what you're going to look into. You know what I mean? Oh, I see this person doing investing. I'm going to look into investing. You know what I mean? And I've been trying so hard not to get so caught up in the shiny object syndrome. Because when you get caught up in the shiny object syndrome, you kind of connect to the next big thing almost, or the next thing you feel like is good for you. And I realize not every opportunity or thing I get is not really for me. Maybe it's for me to show someone else, to give to someone else. You know what I mean? We get so caught up on the next big thing because we want to be the next big thing that we don't realize that maybe it's just a stepping stone, or maybe it's just showing us what we have. When you be yourself, you kind of like put out this form of authenticity that people can feel. Because I feel like we are all attracted to authenticity because we all have intuitive knowing. We all have intuition. Some of us just are more tapped into it than others. We all know that women are naturally intuitive. That's why women get gut feelings about certain things and they're always right. But men do as well. Both. Just people in general. Us being souls, we all have intuition. When you tap into your true self and you let that come out, your authenticity flows and you see that everything aligns, bro. I never noticed how much impact I had in terms of inspiration or my perspective until I stepped into my true authenticity. Instead of like bringing ideas out of context of what other people said and like doing it word for word, other than me grabbing an idea from someone else and putting it in my head, articulating it, and speaking on it in a way that I understand, and also from my own perspective. And that's really what all life is about: creativity, creating every day. You see that you create or be created. You either create or be created, and which one are you going to be? I'd rather be the creator. And we all are creators, but some of us just don't know how to create, or don't know where to create from, or don't know what to create. But I feel like every day, what you're going through is showing you what you can create. Solve your own problems. Figure out how to do it. And kind of teach how you solve your own problem. Articulate it in a way and be a creator. We all are natural creators. And once you step into your potential and your ability, that's when everything expands, bro. Because I realize tapping into that certain energy is very, very strong. It's a very potent energy. Creativity is a very potent energy, bro. When you get into that flow state, whether you play basketball, you do sports, or you sing, it's a certain mind frame that you enter that's like, you can't beat that, and you can't get that nowhere else, bro. And when you're being yourself, you're pulling from that one-on-one pot of intuition, ideas, and imagination that only you have access to, bro. Because we all have different perspectives. We all see ourselves. It's all a spotlight effect. We all see ourselves at a certain light. And what's probably stopping you from being that version of yourself is the fact that you think that people care as much as you think that. It's called the spotlight effect for a reason. No one genuinely cares as much as you think they care. The fact that you think about yourself as much as you do when you're in public, oh, well, maybe I hope I'm not walking too weird, or is that person looking at me weird, or does my hair look nice, or everyone else is thinking the exact same thing. And when you realize that, you kind of stop caring, because we think that we're the only ones thinking the way we are thinking, but you're not. Everyone's shy. Everyone's somewhat self-conscious. Everyone somewhat thinks of themselves in a nature that not everyone else thinks. Everyone looks at you differently how you see yourself. I realize this. I can't be scared to put videos out here. I can't be scared to just walk out in public and talk to people, because at the end of the day, they're thinking the same thing I am. There's a new person, never met them. How are they looking at me? Am I saying the right thing? Do I look weird? What do they want from me? What do I bring to the table? Why am I? You know what I mean? A lot of us really put a nail in our own foots by holding back and not knowing how our true potential is. Imagine if you got a 30-second reel of your future and what your potential is to be. You would kind of have a lot more faith and confidence in yourself, because you got that trailer. Now imagine you got that trailer, right? Take that feeling and use that every day as momentum to go after what you want. I try my best to take what I feel like I am in potential to be and use that little momentum every day to keep going, keep posting, and keep going in this notion of where I don't even see nothing. Like, I see a vision, because a vision is important, but I don't know in the in-between. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know how I'm going to end up where I'm going to go, but I'm kind of just trusting in the process, and like, it's either I do it or I don't. Create or be creative, you know? I have nothing to lose by going after my dreams, because if I don't go after my dreams, then I just end up like everybody else. But if I go after my dreams but still do what everybody else is doing, I either end up on the spectrum where I end up doing what I wanted to do, or I end up just being a 9-to-5 worker. At least I tried, you know what I mean? A lot of y'all are not trying because you're scared of how people are going to see you. You're scared to be yourself. Just be yourself. Wholeheartedly, 100%, just be yourself, 100%. It's hard. It's easier said than done, but you have to detach from that notion of thinking that you're more important than you actually are. You're not as important as you actually think you are. You're not that important. I had to realize, like, I'm not that important. People don't care as much as I think they do. No one cares about you as much as you care about yourself. No one cares about how you look as much as you care about yourself. You may look at yourself in the mirror and think and notice one little thing on you. People don't notice that. We think so deeply about ourselves that it keeps us from where we want to go, bro. Like, I realized I spent so much of my life growing up caring what people thought about me, to the fullest extent where it stopped me from going after what I really wanted. It could be me just posting a post on Instagram. Oh, does this even look good? Is it even gonna get any likes? You know, why does that even matter, bro? Just post it because you want to post, and whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? We spend so much time trying to control external instead of trying to control how we react, because it's really about how we react, bro. And I've been really paying attention to that. Whenever I feel an emotion that just doesn't feel right, I kind of just ask myself, why do you feel this way, and why does this bother you? I ask myself in my head. Sometimes I don't ever get an answer, but I'm getting closer because I ask myself it every time. And that plays a big part into connecting to being myself, because if I pay attention to why I feel a way when I want to post something or I want to put myself out there, I ask myself, why do you feel like you're scared to put yourself out there? Why are you scared about what people are going to think? Is it going to harm you? Is it going to change how you move? No. Because at the end of the day, you can get 100 people saying, oh, you look amazing, or I love your videos, or I love what you post, or I love your music, or I love your hair job, or I love how you do your nails. And one person can say something negative, and that will dictate the whole entire idea. You know what I mean? So why be connected to criticism, and why be connected to praise? Because they both are a trap. You're never going to get too much of it. You're never going to get enough of it. It's never going to fulfill you. That's why self-love and knowing and loving who you are and being fully yourself is what's really important, because that is what births the ideas. That's what brings in what you deserve to have. And it's all about perspective. It's all about how you see it. But in the grand scheme, we all kind of feel the same. We all kind of want more out of life. We all kind of want to be great. We all want to be the best. We all want to have successful lives and be the next shiny thing. That's why we kind of wear certain shit to be seen, or you do certain things to be seen, and no one wants to be in the dark. Everyone wants to be in the light, whether you admit it or not, whether you're shy or what. Everyone wants to be somewhat the next biggest thing, or the next. But why not just try to be the best, knowing that you can never be the best, but still become the best. That's the way you should do it. Try to be the best, knowing that you probably will never be the best, but still become the best. You know what I mean? It's all about mindset. It's all about having that perspective on yourself, because a lot of us have that perspective on how other people see us, but why don't you have that perspective on how you see yourself? Do you know how you see yourself? A lot of us don't understand how we see ourselves. We see ourselves in a light that's not the best. Like, you should look at yourself in a high nature, not in an egotistical terms, but you should look at yourself in a high nature, because what do you have to lose? Oh, maybe I look at myself in a high nature and then I don't meet those expectations. Well, look deeply into, did you not meet your expectations, or did you not meet the expectations in general? You know what I mean? Like, just say you have expectations to see yourself in a high way. Maybe that's important, bro. I noticed once I started looking at myself in a high light, I held myself more accountable for things that I should be doing. I stopped letting myself do things that don't really fully align with me. Because when you look at yourself in a high nature, you're not going to let yourself do things that you did when you didn't really care about yourself. So when you don't care about yourself and love yourself enough, you kind of self-sabotage doing the things that don't never really serve you. and it's impeccable. And I really hope this perspective has changed your mind and help you look at yourself in a different way. You have to free yourself. Be fully yourself, okay? And if you like what I'm saying, you want me to go into more in depth, go check out my Alchemist Podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I got more in there. I love your Alchemist game. Keep growing, keep glowing.